a game. How are you guys doing on this fine Sunday evening? The show's a little bit late, but for good reason. What a game. We're going to get into all that and get all your feelings and thoughts and everything tonight as we get into this. But as always, I don't do this by myself. Everybody say hi to everybody's favorite uncle, Uncle Ed. Ed, what are you eating there?
Peter, I'm eating these, what are they called again?
Pocky.
Pocky stick. Yeah.
That's a Japanese like snack.
Yeah, it's pretty good too. I like it.
Appropriate color. It looks a little pink.
It is pink. Strawberry. But it's
very nice. Very nice. Well, I mean, like I said, the show, this Sunday night soccer stuff is going to mess up this show and a few other shows. There are a lot of Sunday night games all of a sudden, but we'll work around it best we can. But what a game. 4-1 Inter Miami over Houston. Hey, they won me a little bit of money.
Nice.
Yeah, I lost a little bit in the LA Galaxy game, but I made up for it in the Miami game.
How'd that one turn out?
LA Galaxy lost 2-1. Yeah, but on the road against Vancouver. But in case you didn't know, Ed, we won 4-1 in Houston. I'm not sure.
I saw that. We're going to talk about that right now. What a game, man! Exciting.
All right. Before we get
Messi? Who needs Messi?
Messi? What? You have a problem with Messi?
No, I'm just saying we don't need him.
We don't need him.
We'll talk about that right now.
All right. But we'll do that after we tell you where you need to go shopping, and that is Caneswear. Caneswear is where you need to go buy all your Inter Miami gear. They have all the new jerseys. They have Euphoria. They have the Fortitude. They've got hats. They've got a gray coaches polo that I want to go get. So all the best stuff for Inter Miami at the best prices. Caneswear.com or drive to Davie on University Drive just south of 595. And Peter, I always have the wrong slide up.
If people want to invest in South Florida, the one they should do it with is Mia Rodrigues. She's the goat of all realtors. And if you want to invest in South Florida, if you want to sell your house, she's the person to do it. She speaks 3 languages. You can't go wrong with the goat of all realtors in South Florida, Mia Rodrigues. And you can be on her TV show, The American Dream, Peter Brown. So you can be famous, sell your property, invest in South Florida. Do it with Mia Rodrigues.
All right. So I've been having some technical difficulties lately, but we'll try. If we can tonight, we'll take your voicemail if you want, 786-474-4435. Couldn't do it on my midweek show when I was talking to Kartik Krishnaiyer about the USL. If you haven't watched that, go check that out. That was a pretty good interview.
Good show, and great to see Kartik after so many years. We haven't hung out with him, and we got to bribe him to go to an Inter Miami game.
I already talked to him about it. We're going to make it happen. We're going to make it. And right off the bat with Kartik, if those of you that don't know Kartik, he has a site called Beyond 90, beyond90.net. He mainly focuses on the lower divisions. Not mainly. He focuses on the lower division. He doesn't talk about MLS. But he is an old MLS fan that's become a little bit disenfranchised with the league. So I'm saying to him, you got to come and watch a game with me. And his first reaction right away was, hey, yeah, I'll reach out to them, get credentials. No. I want you to be a fan. Forget about covering the team and being, because that's you experience the game differently. I want him to come as a fan, sit with us. Anyways, so speaking of some fans, let's talk about some Inter Miami fans that are in our chat room. Starting off with One World, One Goal, who's the first one in the chat. B. King, who I ran into at the last I almost said U.S. Open Cup, CONCACAF Champions Cup. Esteban Dito complaining, I guess, that we were late. We scheduled this for 9:15, so we were on time. Maybe you were early, Esteban, and we appreciate you being early. Who was chatting me during the game, by the way.
And we're going back to back, Peter, because after this, we're going to have the Spanish show. So stick around.
All right. And he's doing a countdown. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, yeah, Mr. Krabs going head-to-head with the Battered Herons. Okay. Well, watch us and then go watch the Battered Herons later, or vice versa. Whatever you guys want to do. They're good guys. We're not competing with them. But Sunday night's ours.
Yeah.
But it's
What's up
all
with
good.
that?
It's all good. It's all good. There's plenty of room for everybody.
Exactly.
Julio Enriquez is here, and Alfredo Aguilar. Great performance. Houston should charge an additional fee to every fan that attended tonight's performance. We'll talk about that in a second. Jose Velasquez is here as well. And our friend from Atlanta that I keep seeing popping up everywhere. Shame that Houston is catering to the casuals and not their actual fans since Messi was a no-show. You know, I don't know if you watched it yet, Ed, but the show on Apple TV, Onside, a new Weissman ended up on that show too. I saw a news picture when I was watching a Premier League match, and they show fan pictures when they're going to break. And then I saw him also, he had like, in one of the episodes of Onside, he had like a sparkler, not a sparkler, a flare in his mouth, like a cigar.
Whoa.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that was a new that I saw very quickly, but anyways. So they're talking in the chat about Houston put out a statement apologizing for Messi showing up. Like, why?
I saw that.
So it makes sense. And I saw some people, Stu Holden, ex Houston player, and now commentator, I think, for Fox. But he had made a comment saying that was a class thing for Houston. Basically, sent out a message saying, if you were coming here to see Messi, we're sorry, he's not playing, but you come and we'll give you a free ticket to the next game. And they could do that because nobody's showing up. So they got plenty of tickets to give away.
They want to attract people, and too bad for them that they didn't get to see Messi. But like I said, Peter, we don't need Messi. We still win.
We don't. Well, what did you say that again, Ed?
We don't need Messi. We still win without him.
Okay, let's save that clip. Nice and clean. You can save that.
You want me to get in trouble? Yeah.
Oh, they're going to come after you. They're going to, all the people that were attacking Franco are going to come after you. But Jahar is here as well. Hello, guys. Watching you since you guys opened this channel. New season. Here we go. All right. Thanks, Jahar. But anyways, Houston, sending out that message. I mean, I think it's a good thing to do to their fans. Some people, because a lot of people are going to go to that game only because of Messi. And guess what? They probably, I don't know what the ticket prices were. I didn't look. But if it's anything like all the other games where Messi is expected to play, they probably raise the prices. If you had season tickets, you're good to go, right? But you're a casual fan that bought like game day of tickets, they probably raise the tickets, or at least the secondary market tickets were definitely going to be jacked up because of the expectation of Messi playing. So they got to say sorry. It's fine. I understand it. But Houston, they were a mess. I mean, they had a couple of opportunities. There was a couple times in the game, Ed, where I was like, they got like 3 or 4 players that could make you pay, especially when our defense is still a work in progress, but, they really had nothing for us tonight.
Yeah, they were just a mess, except for that one goal by Lodeiro towards the end. And somebody wrote that Frey got a red card. I didn't see that.
Frey got a red card at the very end of the game. They just before coming in here, I watched that, and it looked like there was a little bit of an altercation with a Houston player, but the Houston player had Frey's shirt and was tugging on Frey's shirt, and Frey kind of pushed him. It looked like a nothing little argument. If anything, if anybody's going to get a card, it should be both of them, right? Because they both were equally guilty of whatever little fracas that Frey got into. But maybe, like Taylor Twellman was saying, the only reason you could really see a red in that situation is maybe Frey said something.
Maybe. But yeah, hopefully they'll review it and the other guy will get a yellow card. That's what I'm hoping.
I mean, give him a red. If we got a red, he got to get a red too. That means Frey can't play in the next. And how good was Frey tonight?
Right. He was really good. Allen was also great. It was just the whole team was doing really good, man. Not that many mistakes in the back as we're used to. So all around, I think we did really well, and
Yeah,
we were just, usually you expect a Messi-less team to not score as much, but man, Segovia was on fire.
Segovia.
Had a great goal also.
Just
So
like, kind of copying a little bit of what Taylor Twellman was saying, but like Gomez, who? We lost a player to the Premier League. What was his name again? I forgot
yeah, I forgot the guy's name too.
because I got
Go
Segovia on the brain.
starts with a G, right? Something like that. I
He
forgot.
gone. Go. He go. He go. he
But yeah,
Segovia is so good, and he's so young still. What, he's at like 20, 21 years old. I think it was 20. I think they said so. Super
21.
young guy and so skilled. 2 goals on the night. I mean, that first, and also let's say on that first goal. I mean, I thought Kromoski for being in the right position to intercept that ball, get kind of just put his foot in there. The ball bounces to Suarez, who then crosses it to or gives it to Segovia. But I mean, Kromoski also, I think, birthday boy had
Oh,
a really good game.
yeah. How old did he turn? Is he 21 yet?
He
Is he 20?
probably is 21 because I thought he was my daughter's age at 20, and she's 20. So I think he probably turned 21. So he can go have a beer tonight to
Good
celebrate.
for him. He should. He should. They should give him his first beer.
Yeah, yeah. Who's going to buy him his first beer? Who on that team? Who on that team would be the first one to try to corrupt the young man with his first beer? I'm sure he's already had one, but anyway.
I think Jordi Alba would be the one who
You
would
think
do that.
Jordi Alba would be the one? Yeah,
Yeah,
might be.
looks like the type of guy who would do that.
I could see Jordi Alba doing it. Well, or like Suarez might be right there too because he's got he's a bit of a troublemaker. I could
Oh
see
yeah.
him trying to get the man a little bit tipsy for tonight.
I could see him also opening up the bottle if it's not with one of those twist offs with his teeth.
Just bite it off, man. He got some chompers.
Yeah, he does, man.
Some more people just popping in. Shark Attack is here.
Hey, how appropriate. We
Nice,
were just
welcome.
talking about
I don't
Shark
remember
himself.
that name, so welcome. One World One Goal is saying he's only 20. He's not 21. Oh, so he was younger than my daughter. I thought he was the same age. I was banking on just him being the same age as my daughter. She's already 20, so she will be 21 later this year.
Right.
So only 20. So no beer for him tonight.
Oh man.
But they can still pour it on his head, and he could just sit there.
No, that's true. But but what a game, Peter. I mean, like you said in the beginning, I thought it was going to be tighter. I did not expect, it looked like we were going to be like a clean sheet, but
Yeah.
that always happens, man.
It always had, and I kind of blamed Lujan on that one. He just seemed like he got beat on that ball, and Lujan's been so far. I was a little upset when I saw that Falcone was on the bench, and you had mentioned maybe they're resting him for Thursday night's game against
Right.
Cavalier FC in the CONCACAF Champions Cup, and maybe, but I don't know. He's only played one game. He doesn't need a rest. He's played one game. So I
Right.
didn't think he really needed a rest. Esteban in the chat saying something to me. Peter, are you aware of this? Neymar scores amazing free kick for Santos against Red Bull Bragantino and he suffered an injury? I
didn't
know
hear
he's
about.
been playing well. I've seen some highlights.
Yeah,
He's
I saw
injured
him.
already?
I didn't hear about that. I saw that he scored again. I think he scored 4 goals in 6 games and had a number of assists. He was doing really good, but I didn't see that part about him getting hurt though. That's
Oh,
terrible.
geez. That is and that is always a scare of him maybe coming here, something like that, or the injuries. One
He'll
World,
play
One Goal saying about Falcone, they are resting his hair. Are you resting your hair, Ed?
I sure am, Peter. I'm getting ready for the next game that we have
Spruce
to
it
go
up.
see. I'm gonna wear it.
Put a little
But
Aquanet. Get a little Aquanet in there.
I gotta do something about the beard though, because he's not, as grayish as I am.
What do they
So
have? What's that? What's that old product they used to have? Grecian.
I don't know, but probably for men, I think it's called. I
Just
have
for
never
Men or
noticed.
something. There used to be a
They,
TV commercial where you'd see them putting it in their thing.
yeah,
You know. Oh,
gonna
hey,
have to
look at
do.
that. We got.
Otherwise, I'm not gonna look like him very much.
Yeah. So we do have a voicemail, so we'll get to that in a few minutes. Just came in. Looks like. Yep. So yeah, you'll need to use whatever that Grecian formula, whatever, Just for Men, whatever it's called. Somebody in the chat will tell us if they're old enough to remember those commercials. But yeah, you need to darken up that beard. But we were talking about Suarez a little bit, and in our chats lately, not so much the live show chats. I guess not the chat with comments. I've seen several comments that, and some of these are on like Twitter and stuff like that. But I've seen several comments from people saying that Suarez should come off the bench, that he should never be a starter. You know, they're saying like Suarez, Aviles. They were naming off a few people that should not be starters. And I commented back that, look, Suarez, if I remember correctly, scored 20 goals last year,
Yeah,
and they're not sitting him on the bench unless he's hurt, right? Unless he's getting rested, and which you would think maybe he would have been rested tonight or something like that, but they didn't. And here he is. What, he got several assists. I forgot how many assists. I'd have to watch it back. At
I
least
think he
two.
got
Was
two.
it two or
Yeah,
three?
two at least, and he scored
And a
that last
goal.
goal, which was incredible. Yeah, he just took on all those players. I mean, it looks like it hurts to see him run and walk around, but the guy still has it, man. I mean,
He
give him an
grimaces
opportunity.
when he starts moving around. You see his face when he's moving around.
Yeah, man, that guy's gonna be like on crutches or something when he gets
Oh
older.
god,
But right now he can still walk, so good
he's
for
gonna
him.
be, as soon as he's done playing. He's gonna be on one of those little walkers. You know what I mean, like this.
Oh yeah, and he's still trying to play. But yeah, after I think this is the last year for him because it just looks like it's too painful.
Yeah, yeah. Question in here from Jahar saying, "What would be your titular? I'm never good. I'm not good with that word. You're smarter than we are, Jahar. What would be your best defense? I will try Ian Frey, Lujan, Falcone, Alba. What would you
That might
say? Who would you
maybe
put?
Luhan for somebody else, probably Ian Frey there, because I
No,
just
well,
don't
he's
think.
already saying. He's already saying these. This would be his back four: Frey,
Oh, okay. Yeah, got you.
Frey, Lujan, Falcone, Alba. Is that? Would you agree with that back four?
Yeah, it could be. Luhan's the only one that I'm a little so about.
I would, and I've been a critic. I've been a fan at times and a critic at other times. I would put in Noah Allen over Lujan.
Noah's doing great, Peter. So that might be. You might have an argument.
But otherwise, I agree with your back line. I would just switch out Lujan. I think Frey is more reliable than Cello. Cello's injured right now, so a small injury, but I think it was only a small one, so he should be back. I assume he'll play unless he's still injured, but he'll play in the next MLS game because Frey won't be able to with that red
Right.
card. But it's funny is so many of our fans of the team, not our fans, the fans of the team are complain about Aviles, right? They all say Aviles should never start, right? And I've got a love hate for him because he does boneheaded mistakes, but then he does some really nice plays at times. But I had never really heard like commentators, like your well-known commentators discussing like Aviles before, or really, and all of them from I forget all their names, but like who's the guy that does armchair analyst at MLS?
Yeah.
Good with the
Gosh.
numbers. I forgot his name right now. You'll say it in the
Yeah.
chat. He made the same comment, basically saying that I think Aviles had more red cards than like any other defender. And then you have like there's another YouTube channel called Soccer Wise that is got some guys that used to be part of MLS Extra Time. Since they're no longer doing that podcast, they're now doing their own thing. They were saying the same thing. Goss is his name. They were saying the same thing. So a lot of people are out on Aviles, and And here, like Julio Enriquez says, Aviles didn't play. We won, and our defense was great. Go figure, right?
Except for that one little hiccup towards the end, they were doing great.
Right.
Yeah.
It's hard to get a clean sheet, so I get it. It's hard. But I also, we had tonight Bright over Redondo, which I thought for the most part was the right choice. After Bright got that yellow, and then he really probably should have gotten a second yellow for tugging on that shirt. That's right at that time I chatted you. They should take him out, right?
And boom.
And they did, but I don't know if you agree, but I thought we started giving the ball away more once Redondo came on the pitch.
He gave up a few times. I remember even the commentators were saying something about that. But yeah, he gave the ball away a couple times. I think one of the reasons why they scored on us was something that had to do with him.
I'm not sure. I'd have to watch it back. But he wasn't great. All right, hey, let's play voicemail.
It's time for your voicemail.
Hello.
And other people can leave voicemails too.
Hey, Peter and Uncle Ed and all the great fans. Woohoo! Look, we got Suarez in English. I don't know if you can hear him. He's on Apple TV right now. You guys came on right when they're doing the recap. So awesome to see. And I'm glad to see the Suarez show continues. He was running through that defense like he was 21 years old. So you got to give it to him. I mean, we put him out there no matter what age, those beautiful 3 assists. A lot of people are like, why is Suarez still, on the roster? Why isn't he rested? He really makes the other players like spread out and fan out, and he just made 3 crafty little assists and a goal. That's the difference in the game. And we have depth at every position, so you got to give a shout out to Mascherano. He's got this team cooking. Looks like a great year. Love you guys. Love the show.
So, first thing, 1 world, 1 goal. Turn your TV down. It was hard to understand you.
For sure.
It was hard to understand.
Yeah. So I guess it was 3 assists, Peter.
3 assists. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. In the pregame, and I actually want to talk about the show itself, but I don't know if you watched it all. But in the pregame, they interviewed Mascherano in English, and he did very well. He answers a little slow, right? Of course, but he did really, really well. I was surprised that he did the interview in English because at halftime, they talked to him as well, but they did that one in Spanish. So maybe it's because he wanted to do it quicker because he obviously the Spanish will come to him faster than English. He's got to think about the words a little bit more in English. But I thought he did a really good job in that, and I was happy to hear because But speaking about Mascherano, couple things. Well, one thing mainly. What's that?
Yeah, that was over here.
I have a problem with Mascherano. And I guess you could say I have a problem with Ben Olsen too, but Ben Olsen's not my coach, so I don't care. Mascherano doesn't wear any team gear. I want my coach repping the team. They make coach polos. The gray polo that I want to get from Caneswear is like a sideline polo. It is meant for the coaching staff. I want my coach repping the team like, he's part of the team. But no. Mascherano's too cool. He's got to wear his fashionable jackets and all this kind of stuff. Tonight was like a tan colored zip up. I want to see him, rocking an Inter Miami jacket.
Like Tata did. He was repping. He was old and he still repped.
Exactly. He's here. Esteban always with a hot take. Mascherano is here for Messi, not for Inter Miami. He doesn't care about the club. He just cares about being with his buddy.
Mm-hmm.
But I like I said, Ben Olsen was doing the same thing. But I thought about that during one of the preseason games, and he was wearing some black jacket. I think it was in I think it might have been, I don't know if it was in Kansas City or whatever, but it was a stylish looking black jacket and something like that. And I'm like, okay, fine. He looks cool. I know coaches in Europe and stuff like that, they'll wear suits and they don't wear team gear. But here in MLS, most of the coaches, a lot of the coaches, they wear team gear. And our coaches at least have. And I like that. Mike V saying, Tata wore team gear, even chewing the team gum, and he was a horrible coach. I'm not saying it makes you a good coach. I'm just saying it makes me happy.
Well, you could say what you want about Tata, but he still, he did get us the title. He did get us.
But Mike V was on that Tata out campaign, wasn't he? So
he was a hater.
It makes sense.
Totally.
Makes complete sense there.
So I see they gave Velasco Segovia the man of the match.
Oh yeah, well deserved 2 goals and just all around.
Suarez, Suarez had 3 assists in the goal.
Yeah, but goals are going to always win over assists. That's why I have an issue with our stadium announcer when he starts a Messi chant for an assist. A goal is more, and I appreciate Messi. Don't come at me. Go at Ed, not me. But I appreciate a good assist, but you don't chant the assist. You chant the goal scorer. So same thing. You generally don't give. I mean, if nobody else scored or something, I don't know. If he scored another goal, maybe if he scored 2 goals, 3 assists, then he probably would have gotten it. But 2 goals. Segovia's new. He needs it. He deserves it.
That's true.
I'm on board with that. And the what was it? That second goal when he just kind of bobbled his way through and kind of fell and shot that ball. I mean, that was great. That was class. I mean, that was really, really good. Eric Thomas with a Messi chant for no reason. Because he didn't play. Let's chant him.
That's what it was.
Yeah. So let's take a few minutes and just talk about unless there's more about the game that you wanted to cover, but the Sunday night football or Sunday night soccer show that they're now doing. I don't know. Did you watch the entire production from 6 p.m. on?
No, unfortunately, I wasn't here for a little bit. But the little bit that I was able to check out, what did you see?
I saw the whole thing. I've been watching all day. I did all my yard work today, and then I was done by say 12:30, and then I just sat around, did nothing, and watched TV. So I felt, and then later I feel guilty that I didn't do anything. But then my wife is like, "No, you did all the yard work." I'm like, "Yeah, but I did it early." Anyways, I chilled. I did nothing. So I watched, and so yeah, I was watching the first half of the LA Galaxy game. But then I switched over to what they call the countdown show. And they're doing a really nice job on, they do the countdown show every Saturday for all the games that are going to be played. Kaylin, Kyle, and all the others. And then, but they're covering like a little bits about every team, right? They're not, this is a lot cooler. So they're in the studio still for a part of it, but then they also cut to Andrew Wiebe. Remember Wiebe from the Extra Time Radio on MLS? Yeah. He was also in the studio last year. Well, they've kicked him to the Sunday night show, and he's kind of like your guy that's during the game. He's your sideline reporter, but in the pregame, he's perfect for this. He's your entertainment type of guy. Like, he's gonna be the guy, the reporter that's out interviewing the guy that's grilling the meat, right, for the tacos, which he did. And so they're cutting to stuff like that. They're cutting to a pre-recorded bit that they did with the Houston player, what's his name, McKay or whatever his name is, the young kid, 21-year-old. Jack McKay or something. McAllister, whatever. I forget the last name. Yeah. But they cut the pre-recorded video of him at the Houston Rodeo, trying out different hats, and it's silly, and it's just, but it feels kind of like a pregame show that the NFL would do a little bit, and I loved it. It's a more produced, a better like product, and I'm all about. And I talked about this on the USL show that I did about the packaging, that there's a certain kind of level of packaging that you expect with MLS, and especially if you expect with like Apple TV or something like that, you expect a certain kind of packaging. And they really are providing it. Oh, McGlynn. I said McKay. I was right. I could have said McDonald's.
It was the Mick.
I got the Mick. He's a Mick.
Yeah.
But it just, it's a really good 1 hour. They'll talk stats. They'll show highlights, but then they cut to Taylor Twellman standing next to a couple trophies of Houston, saying that they've won some trophies, but it's been a long time since they've won anything else. And just a really well produced 3 hours of football on your team. And I think it's really, because I say all this because I know a lot of people complain about the Apple deal, the MLS being on Apple. And you could complain because maybe it's hard for you to see it. The casual fan will not just find it. But the product that they're putting out is really, really good.
That's awesome. Yeah, a news saying that he can't wait for Messi to go over there to. They're gonna have a Messi
goat stew, March 16th. Yeah, is that a Sunday night football game too? I think it is. I think it's one of their Sunday night games.
They're messing up our mojo.
Our show. Yeah, exactly. They're screwing up our show. But I like what Esteban says. Apple TV needs to hire FMTV to do what Weeby is doing already. There you go. We can bumble around like fools and eat food and be funny.
I'd probably have like Yoda ears or something.
Yeah. Because listen, Weeby does a good job with it, but I don't think he's naturally coming up with these concepts and being funny on his own. Producers are probably telling him what to do. I think we could come up with some of it on our own.
Yeah, I can do it all day.
And I am an Apple shill. I mean, Apple should know. I'm an Apple shill. I mean, I've got everything Apple. So
he's got a tattoo Apple on his butt. Yeah.
I wish. No, I don't.
You could do it. Your wife.
I still could do it. Right?
Or put Mickey Mouse back there.
Yeah, I don't have any tattoos, and I've jokingly said, some people will say they want to have a tattoo and they want it to be meaningful or something like that. And I'm like, if I had tattoos, it would be stupid tattoos. It would be
Mickey Mouse. Yeah.
But before Mickey Mouse, believe it or not, it would be Roger Rabbit.
I was going to say that, Roger Rabbit. Yeah.
He's my favorite. It would be stuff like that. It'd be Roger Rabbit, Mickey Mouse. It'd have like Inter Miami thing on there. I mean, I would have dumb tattoos. It would not be anything of meaning other than, I like dumb stuff.
Oh, yeah. The princess of what? I've got somebody over here saying what? The princess of what? Say it out loud. Oh, a Disney princess you could get. That's what they're saying.
Yeah, I don't think I'd get a princess on me. I don't see that happening. I don't see me getting any tattoos, Ed, to be honest. But
at this stage, just wouldn't look good.
It's not me. You know what? I'll get them if I make it to like 90 or something like that. I'll get so they look fresh when because when you're old and it looks terrible when you're old. Well, you get the secret would be to get it when you're old.
Exactly.
Right? That would be the secret.
When you're ready to kick the bucket.
Yeah. Dye like a full sleeve.
Oh, there you go. Of all the soccer players.
Yeah. Except Messi because
he'll be too old.
Hey, another thing, side thing. Did you see that Lay's commercial? Not full commercial, but that like viral thing that they did with Messi and Suarez?
Yeah, that was really cool, man. I wish I would have been in one of those bars.
So if you haven't seen it, Messi and Suarez are walking into Miami bars. And obviously, and I saw some comments. I found it on social media somewhere. And I saw comments on there going, oh, it's all set up. Well, duh, it's a commercial. But you got the feeling that the people in the bar didn't know that it's set up, right? Obviously, the whole bit about Lay's potato chips is a setup. But it felt like, at least, if it's all set up, hey, they did a great job. But yeah, you walk into the bar And he's like, hey, everybody, can we watch the game with you? And they're like, yeah, Messi, yeah. And he said, you got Lays? And they're like, no, what's Lays? And they're like, no Lays, no game. And they leave. And you see everybody's face like shocked. I loved it.
Yeah, really cool.
Even Henry was doing the same thing in Barcelona, I think it was. But it was hilarious. And what made me laugh the most is there's one of the bars, they go to like 3 or 4 bars. And like one of the bars they go to, as they're leaving, new patrons are coming in. And Messi just goes to the guy, they don't have Lays.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Like, if you were in that situation and somebody, forget about it being Messi, but somebody looks over to you and go, they don't have Lays when you're going to a bar, you'd be like, so? Of course they don't have Lays.
Yeah.
We'll like, what bar has Lays? It's a stupid bit, but it's hilarious.
It is. It's a good one. Whoever came up with that did a good job.
Eric Thomas saying, I should get a tattoo of my feeding time and meditation schedule. I know I don't get it. I don't meditate. I know he's trying to be funny, but I don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
But I could get you the feeding thing because I am very particular with my food, especially since I've been, getting fat and I got to lose weight again. Here we go. And Ed's like, here we go. This is the only thing he talks about.
He's very girly, especially when it comes to the, I'm fat thing.
Yeah, but then I drink a beer and that doesn't help. So
yeah.
I mean. Oh, he said he meant to say medications.
Oh, there you go.
I don't take any medicine either. I don't take anything. Probably should, but I don't. But
that means you're
here,
healthy.
a new Wiseman says every bar in Miami will have Lays on hand now. Yeah, right. It was a clever commercial. I liked it.
That's true. I got the dogs fighting over here. You guys hear in the background.
All right. So what else you guys got in the comments? Any other thoughts on the game? Or, next up, we've got Cavalier FC and the CONCACAF Champions Cup on Thursday.
That's in Jamaica, right?
What's that?
Is that in Jamaica?
No, it's here.
Okay.
It's here. So if you're a season ticket holder, you probably already lost your opportunity. But if you're a season ticket holder, they did say that you could keep your seats. And then they'll just bill you for it. But these seats, it was cheap. The CONCACAF Champions Cup were cheaper because Inter Miami MLS are not running these games. This is a CONCACAF game, right? So our seats that are normally, I don't remember exactly how much they are per game, but they're over $100 per MLS game, right? For where we sit, they're only $45 for the CONCACAF Champions Cup.
Nice, yeah.
So clearly, I'm going. But you were able to keep your seats. Whereas last game, I sat closer to the field, which was great. And if you haven't watched our game day vlog, please do. It's doing very, very well. So I thank you to everybody that's watched it. But, I was 10 rows up, which was great for filming. Terrible for people walking in front of me all game long. It was horrible. I said to my wife, I prefer to sit 30 rows up. Normally it's 24 rows up because we're in row 34 normally. So 24 rows higher, I actually like it better. And, part of it could have been the fact that I was on the end of the row. If I was in the middle of the row, it's a pain in the neck for you to get up, but less people are walking past you in that situation. So that probably would have been better. Esteban is saying that he saw them advertising prices for $15 for Cavalier. Yeah, that's probably your end zone. End zone seats, maybe, corners, stuff like that. We have better seats than that, but, still, that's a good deal. So Cavalier were playing, and they're like the champions, I think, of the Jamaican Premier League. So I would assume Messi and the gang are playing for that in that game because that has, more priority, if you will, than say an MLS game. So,
and depending on how this game is, which I imagine that if they blow them out, then Messi might not travel to Jamaica.
True. I would agree with that. But the first game is at home, so you would assume he's going to play this Thursday game. And then, if they blow him out, because away goals matter. Well, no, they're home. Those would be home goals. But still, if we scored like 4 goals here, they've got it's aggregate. So they're starting their game 4 goals down, right? Something like that. That stuff always gets confusing. One World, One Goal saying, the vlogs are awesome by both of you. Don't make me choose. You both do well, Peter. So she's referring to last week. I said we will find out whose vlogs everybody likes more. And part of the reason is I like when Ed does it.
Because you're lazy. But but yours are doing better. You did something to yours. I think it has to do with the thumbnail. You had time to do a thumbnail, and mine was pretty crappy.
You can ask. You can ask me for help there.
I'll do it next time.
Yeah, it did really, really well. I don't know. So I'll do it again on this Thursday. I'll do it again. So
I'll do the MLS.
Mm-hmm. And then Esteban is asking about, because after the Cavalier game, which we're assuming we're going to win, right? I think that's a safe assumption. Esteban is asking what our predictions are for the next MLS game, which is against Charlotte. What do you think, Ed?
I think we should be able to beat Charlotte. Messi's probably going to be back, so I think we'll be able to do well. I'd say a 3-1. Our defense is still a little suspect, but I think we're still good enough to make some goals.
So just to give you a little background, Charlotte beat Atlanta, and everybody is expecting great things out of Atlanta this year. They beat Atlanta 2-0 this weekend.
They were at home. Charlotte was at home, I think, right?
Yes. It was a home game for Charlotte, but that, whatever. I mean,
yeah, usually that helps the teams out.
I mean, it does.
For Miami, you win no matter what. Without Messi sometimes.
There's no matter what. Let's be honest. There's no matter what. But I'm just saying, I'm all about dunking on our friends over in Charlotte, but they did surprise Atlanta. Where's Anu in here? He wants us to humble Charlotte, bring them back down to earth. I saw in that onside thing that they were trying to get that player Marcus Royce. I can't say his name. The guy that went to LA. I think he's German or played in the German league. So Esteban is saying Inter Miami 5, Charlotte 2. You do have to give them probably a goal or two, because we're not really good at clean sheets.
Yes, we always suck when it comes to that.
And to be honest, I haven't really watched Charlotte much, but I keep hearing people, all the pundits saying that, and I'm reading things that Charlotte's expected to be better this year. So they've got a new coach there, and I think they do. But having said all that, I think we should win that game. But think about this. We will have played a game on Thursday. Messi will have played in that game. This could be another game like Houston, where we rest Messi, or maybe Messi plays, but we rest Suarez. It's a game that's on turf, and people say, hey, Messi doesn't want to play on turf, and Messi says, I don't have a problem with turf. But it is a very congested schedule. We could see a heavily rotated team, which would then go in favor of Charlotte. Or can our B team basically beat them?
Yeah, I think our B team's still good enough. I don't know, if we'll get a lot of goals, but I think we could still beat them like 1-0.
Yeah, Eric Thomas is mentioning. Yeah, I did remember hearing about this guy. I couldn't remember his name. Wilfred Zaha is a nice fella. Don't sleep. Charlotte has a great defense. So. Oh, wait, Charlotte. Oh, I was saying it's on the road. Yes, the person in the chat. It's at our home.
Yeah, we'll be able to win.
We'll be at home. I'm sorry, guys. I was thinking it was on the road. It's Atlanta's on the road. Charlotte's at home. got it. I forgot. Thank you,
Expect the
Thank,
new to come out on MLS again.
thank you,
Well,
Mr. Fax, who indeed had the facts. Mr. Fax had the facts. It's at home. So, yes, that's the game that you and I were talking about, that we're going to try and do the Sunday night show after the game from like the parking lot. We're going to try. We've tried to do live things in the past from the parking lot, and the internet's not generally the best with all that metal next to the stadium, but we're going to try. So,
yeah, all that heavy metal.
yeah, right. So, speaking of stadium and heavy metal, I went to the Inter Miami Freedom Park this weekend. So we should have a video up tomorrow or Tuesday for a stadium update, and I think it's moving along really, really, really well.
I saw some of the pictures that you sent. It looks incredible, Peter. I mean, it's really it's so fast now. It's going up really quick.
Yeah,
and you'll get the difference between the last video that I think I did to the one that Peter does.
And this weekend, I went on a Saturday. Yeah, I went on Saturday. I went yesterday, and there were full crew of people working, which is great, because previously, every time I would do one of these vlogs on the Saturday, it was empty, right? There was nobody working, except for, you would see in some of my videos the guy pounding the dirt. That's the only guy that would be working, right? Nobody else. So, but this was a full staff, so much so to where I was next to one of the fences, and one of the workers came up to me, and your natural reaction is to walk away like, oh, I'm gonna get caught, I'm gonna get in trouble. But no, I'm not doing anything wrong. And he just asked me, he's like, can I help you? And I was like, no. He's like, what are you doing? I was like, filming. And he's like, filming what? Like, I guess he's concerned if I'm filming him, like for some sort of expose or something. I don't know. I said, I'm filming the stadium. He goes, oh, stadium. Okay. And I was like, don't worry. I'm not going to break any rules. I'm not going to cross any lines. I'm not going to do anything like that. I'll follow the rules. I'm on the outside looking in. And he's like, yeah, I couldn't do anything to you anyways. You're over there. I'm over here. I'm like,
we need to become friends with these guys, man, so they can give us a tour on that.
The funny thing is, he said, have they ever let you inside? And I said, no. Kind of like,
You want to let?
And I said, we're here like every couple of weeks, once a month, something like that. And he's like, oh, I think I might have seen you guys. I said, yeah. I said, the stadium in Fort Lauderdale, we did become friendly with some of the staff, and they gave us a tour a couple times. So here, Anu has faith. He says, Peter will definitely get a site tour. If you start, the one thing that's going to make this site tour more difficult, it is that where the fences are versus where the construction is a much greater distance.
Yeah.
The stadium is pushed back farther away from the fence. So I've been out there a bunch of times. Ed's been out there several times. And this is the first time I've actually talked to somebody. So now, one of the crane operators does watch our videos, and he's commented on our videos. So,
nice.
But he hasn't offered a tour, I don't think. And I don't know how to reach out to him. But yeah, maybe we will. Maybe you show your face around enough. You start talking. You talk to the lady at the gate. That's making sure. You just start small talking with them and stuff like that. And next thing you know, you might be on a golf cart getting a tour, which is exactly what happened to me and Ed.
Yeah, and it was funny because it happened to be because we didn't go very often together, but when we did, we got lucky.
Yeah. It was 99% of the time I went by myself because I don't know. I have more time.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say it because I'm closer, but then you're closer to this stadium, and I still done more of the videos, but maybe I have more time.
Yeah.
But you've done your fair share lately. We're splitting.
I'll do the next one, Pete.
We're splitting it. Mm-hmm. It's the problem with me doing those videos is I got to drive an hour for like a 5-minute video, which is at the end of the day, once you're finished editing, it's like a 5-hour video. So I'm driving an hour to get there, do a 5-minute video, drive an hour home. Seems like a lot, but
Well, get used to it, buddy, because that's what I do now. So
Well, but it's different when you're going to see a game because I'm there then for like several hours, right? It's different. I'm more,
true.
but when you just go there, walk around like, all right, I guess I'm done. There's nothing else to do around here. I mean, you start thinking like, what else can I do since I'm in this neck of the woods? I don't know. So I just drive back, just get back on the highway and drive on I-75 and go home. Esteban coming to our defense. Moss Brothers should be getting you the hookup considering how much you have been apart even before Inter Miami became true. That is a fact. You are correct. And you know, we give Paul McDonough, calling him Tubby, a hard time on this show from time to time, but he is the one that gave me a private tour of the training facility and actually the field, because he didn't want to take me to the stadium because he's like, yeah, it's just a stadium. You don't really want to see that. I go, yes, I do.
Yeah,
because the stadium was basically done at that point, but the training facility was still a long way to go, and so I saw the training facility pretty early, and there was still like concrete everywhere. It wasn't like they didn't even have like drywall and things like that. But yeah, so Paul McDonough gave me a private tour one time. I could not film that one, unfortunately, but it was still good. One World, One Goal saying, Peter can charm his way in no matter what language. I don't know. I think Ed's more of a charmer. He's more charming than me. But I could try. I'll try.
you can do it, Peter.
Ed's got the Latino machismo thing. You can.
That's my what's it called? My mutant power. There you go.
Yeah. So we'll have a stadium video coming up this week. Plus we'll have another game day vlog coming up, and plus in just about like 10 minutes or whatever, we'll have a Spanish video as well.
Get ready, guys. So go get a drink. Come back in about 15 minutes, and we'll be
on the other channel.
You'll be on the Spanish channel.
On the Spanish YouTube, which is just a good time to then promote to go to the Spanish show. Oh, remember I did this some Mondays.
Oh yeah, but yeah, today because it's a special game, and we figured we might as well do it after the game. So yeah, today we're not gonna do it tomorrow. It's today because they're messing up our mojo, man. They're doing these Sunday games that are, kind of weird.
There you go. I changed
There you go.
I changed it for you.
All right.
A new Weissman saying, "Go ahead, Peter. Just do it." Do what? What am I going to do? I don't know what I'm saying anymore.
I think he's talking about the stadium thing.
Oh yeah.
So you can go inside.
I'll sneak in. How about that? Can I sneak in?
No, you'll get in trouble.
You know what? You know what? I mentioned at the end of the video, and we can get people to thoughts and here as well. I basically said in the end of this video that, assuming it makes my edit, that if I get enough comments in the video telling me that I will take the train, the tri-rail next time I do one of the videos, because it's like I'm walking by the tri-rail and I'm thinking that's a good opportunity to do a video of how somebody from up north could take the tri-rail to the stadium, assuming the tri-rail runs after game time. We don't know at this point, but
they probably will.
I could do that as part of a construction update if enough people really want me to, if they want to see that. And so
that'd be great.
It would be partially how to do it, and the other part would be construction.
And if you don't want to walk to the stadium, Peter, I could pick you up at the tri-rail station.
The tri-rail station's right across the street, right?
I know, but I'm just saying.
That would make sense if I took Brightline.
Okay.
Because I could do that video as well. I could do a video where I take Brightline, and then you could pick me up at Brightline, because Brightline is not close to the stadium. That's farther away.
You could do it from Orlando, Peter. You could do it from Orlando.
Hey, Ed, I'm not going to Orlando just to come back down to Miami.
Why not? It'd be fun. Like you go to Disney all the time, so just come back on Brightline.
Yeah, but listen, Brightline's actually kind of pricey. I've looked at the prices of going to Orlando. It's not cheap. It's if you're going by yourself, it might make sense, right? You're paying for one person. it's probably cheaper because you're talking about, gas and tolls and things like that. It might be a little bit cheaper in that case. But if you're talking about a family of 3 or 4, no, it's way cheaper to take your car.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like Inter Miami games, Inter Miami currently at least has a deal with Brightline for people from, say, coming up from Miami or coming from West Palm or whatever, that drop them off at the Fort Lauderdale station. I think there's a cheaper price for those games and for game days, and then there's also a bus that picks you up from Brightline, takes you to the stadium, vice versa, right? So, that would be cool. Esteban is saying Peter should be the special guest tonight for FMTV ES show. I should be your special guest tonight.
You should.
No, I shouldn't. Peter needs to go to bed now because this is past my bedtime, folks. Speaking of being old, speaking of me being 90 and so forth, it's past my bedtime.
Oh yeah, old man.
All right. Any final thoughts, Ed, as we wrap this sucker up on a game night? It was a fun game. I mean, I had a blast. I was yelling and screaming at the TV so much. It was fun.
I think we're looking good, Peter. We've got a lot of depth in the team, and that's good. Like I said, we looked like we didn't need Messi. As a matter of fact, I named Spanish, so we don't need Messi in Spanish, of course. We can still win without him. So that's good.
All right. And side note, I was happy to see Afonso out on the field. So that was good to see. I'm hoping he has a good opportunity to become potentially maybe not that number 2 striker, but maybe the number 3 option, stuff like that, because he's still got some time to grow. But I like what I've seen him on the field, so I want to see him on the field a little bit more. But anyways. All right, folks, I think that will wrap it up. Let's give Ed about 3 minutes of his time back so he can go get ready and do the Spanish show. So thanks, everybody, for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Tell your friends, and we'll do it again next week. See you, everybody.